that Bodoland is progressing, and the only thing is that we have to sustain the peace. That Bodoland is progressing, and the only thing is that we have to sustain the peace.
Is it correct?
We started agitation for the third term for creation of statehood of Bodoland. When there was negotiation started, we try to understand from the both side. One is our aspirations, other is the constitutional provisions. So in between there was negotiation with Government of India, and during that time the NDP, who is as you know, as one of the most strong underground groups, they were working, they are agitating in this part of the country. They had very big operations, big incident happened at the time. So those the NDP group also, they came to ceasefire in 2005. So after they came in the ceasefire process, other side the All Bodo Student Union democratic agitations, all together we try to understand each other and connecting each other, and somehow we managed to understand each other and their aspiration, their objectives, their the agenda of the movement and democratic agenda of the movement. All together we come to a conclusion that unless we can resolve this issue, the economy, education and other aspects, how Bodo people can develop and how the people living along with us can develop, this issue and this agenda came to an end by signing this accord. And we believe that time that unless we sign the accord, we cannot think of our development, we cannot think of our progress. So we signed the accord, and fortunately at that time the leadership of the of the nation, they had changed their mindset. The new leadership came in 2014. Prime Minister Modi ji, he blessed the entire region by giving all the looking the every issue very seriously and sympathetically, and he considered all the problems as a serious problem. So with his margdarshan, we arrive in the conclusion, and also our very bold leadership of Honorable Home Minister Amit Shah ji. He was looking all the issues very seriously one after another. So he also came to conclusion along with the government machinery, Home Ministry, IB people, and also our state government. When leadership change in the state from Congress to BJP, the present leadership of the state government, they were very optimistic of peace and normalcy, and making the regions very progressive, in that way, that all things came in happen in reality, that the peace accord was signed. And 5 years we didn't keep silent in anywhere. We started our dialogue with the dialogue, reconciliation, the workshop, discussion, everything happened because our prime agenda was peace and security, and we could achieve the peace and security in last 5 years. Now our agenda is the development. As Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister is saying that in the Amrit Kal, his agenda is a Viksit Bharat. So we want to be part of the Viksit Bharat. The 5 districts of the Bodoland region should not be, outside of his agenda. So it must come within his agenda. So we are preparing ourselves, to move along with this agenda of Honorable Prime Minister, the Viksit Bharat agenda. See, underground movement was. It was a particular situation when people felt deprived, ignored. The system could not reach to these people for development and other, hold the system. So they feel that they are neglected. So they started agitations. So it was one part. Now people realized. So underground, it is. If you see, it is sometimes see that it's impractical. How you can win with these, the mighty armed forces of the country like India, where you have 500, 200, 300 cadres. You cannot fight and win with the military or the paramilitary forces. So it is just to hurt the government that we have problems. They started these agitations, some bombing and this and that activity, when they thought that democratically we have fought for 30, 40 years and government not heard. So they started, doing some this kind of violence activities. So now people have understood that whole dynamics is changing, whole scenario is changing, and the network is everywhere. Information is coming to all section of the people, and in our region, particularly the Bodoland region, it is the gateway of the Northeast. So information comes to this part, and this is not isolated area. There is a mixed populations. There is all networks, all connectivity. So people are trying to understand what should we do to develop our region. So our government is focusing. One is the reconciliation and sustainable peace. It is one pillar, vertical, and other verticals. What we have said is the harmony among the communities. Without harmony, without peace, we cannot think of development. So we are reconnecting and reuniting and reconciling among the groups who are feeling deprived and little bit disappointed that the process is not coming to them. I mean the development process, development benefits are not coming to them. We are trying to make them connected with these people. Other things is education, health services. These are also in the very worst condition at the time of movement. So now it is improving. This is a small area. We are focusing on our health sector. We are focusing on our education and other sectors like agriculture, livestock. Everything we are managing now. So everything are streamlined now. Every policies we have managed to make it properly. Now Bodoland will progress. Because directly we have the support of the central government. Direct we have the support of the honorable this chief minister, very dynamic chief minister of Assam. So we are on the job. That Bodoland is progressing, and the only thing is that we have to sustain the peace. Now this can be happen, but they have to understand. Now what they are thinking, I don't know. Before this recent the incident happened of the class in Manipur, for last 10 to 15 years there was peace in Manipur. The Armed Forces Special Power Act were withdrawn from the states, and it became peaceful. That time the Manipur was any time in the national media for sports, for literature, for culture, for many things that happened in Manipur. After this conflict, what I have seen that Manipur will need more decades to rebuild this atmosphere. So they have to realize this. Fighting between two communities, you can't achieve anything. Fighting among the communities, communal conflict, this kind of things cannot give you anything, like whatever you are aiming for. So government of India, they can resolve the issue. They will resolve the issue. And if you fight, between government of India is also sometimes helpless, because Bodoland has already faced, decades of violence, and there was a huge loss which we cannot, think of now. So I request our brothers in the Manipur, please start reconciliation, among your party, your team, your groups. This is only solution. That government of India is, I think, ready to help. In Bodoland also, anytime whenever we we demanded, whenever we pleaded, the government of India is always there to help them. So as a brother, my request is to stop the violence and start reconciliation, dialogue and discussion, and what are the problems, what are the issues. They should be find out.
This morning we gathered together here to honor the life and legacy of this great saint called Saint John Bosco. As Saint John Bosco. First of all, when we think about Saint John Bosco, we think about the young people. His love for the young people. Today, you and me, all of us are here in this school as a priest, me as a priest, you as a student. It is all because of Don Bosco's love for the young people. And his love, he expresses to the young people by educating them, by giving them a future, by giving them hope in their life. So this great saint was the hope for the hopeless, the future for those who don't have future, and also the guide for those who do not have guide. As we come together to celebrate this feast of this great saint, Saint John Bosco, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all of you, and we pray. I pray for all of you, we pray for one another, that we may be able to follow the example of Saint John Bosco, dedicating a life for others so that we also become the hope for many people and the future for those who do not have future, and a guide for many young people who are with us or who will be with us in the future as well. So once again, a warm welcome to all of you, and wish you a great celebration. Have a great day and God bless you. Johnny Bosco, as we call him, is always related with the youth of the world. His name has been spread all over the world, and people have great respect and venerate him as a very special saint. And he is called a friend of youth, a friend of young people like you. My dear boys and girls, today we are here because Saint John Bosco is the founder of the Salesian Society, and this society follows the teachings
and the views of Saint John Bosco, and with God's help and the help of God's Mother, wonders have been worked through this name of Don Bosco. We call him a friend of youth, but he was not only a friend of youth. There are many other incidents in his life which shows that he had great love and compassion for others in difficulties and not just the youth. He lived in Turin, and in Turin, in Italy, there was a big prison with 300 inmates, 300 prisoners who were put in that prison. And Don Bosco would now and then visit them, and he had great compassion when he saw them in the prisons, and he always wanted to make not only the young people happy, but to make anyone in trouble, in pain, in suffering, to make them happy. And so he went to the authorities of Turin and asked them to allow him to take the 300 youth for an outing, for a picnic, let us say. At first, the authorities were not ready. How can this priest manage to look after 300 prisoners by taking them outside the prison? Won't someone or the other escape quietly? Finally, Don Bosco's plea was accepted, and the authorities said, let us give him a chance. And he took the 300 people who were in jail out from the jail with no guards, no police, nobody else to look after them except St. John Bosco. And they had a wonderful day. They praised God and they thanked Don Bosco for the beautiful day that they were able to spend outside the prison. And in recognition and gratitude, they all decided that they would go back to the prison and not put Don Bosco into problems. My dear friends, I'm giving you this little incident because mostly we talk of Don Bosco among the youth, a friend of the youth. But please remember, he was a man blessed by God with many, many good qualities, and one of that was having compassion on those in need and in trouble and in difficulty. You and I very often fall into difficulties or face difficulties, and we do not know what to do and how to go about it. Let us remember that we are in a Don Bosco school, and he is our patron and our protector. And therefore, in time of need, let us ask him, dear Don Bosco, please help me because I am in this trouble. I am going the wrong way. Please be at my side and take me away from evil so that I can enjoy a true and happy life. We need to speak to him because he is like our father, and he is sitting at God's side, and certainly he has the power and the capability to pray for you and me. And therefore let me wish each and every one of you a truly happy feast and many, many blessings from St. John Bosco. Thank you.
Shall we begin the activity?
Oh, yes!
Okay.
Come on, come on!
Go in front, little, go in front. You try in front. Almost. Okay. Who got first? The time starts now. Tell him. Is it correct? 20 points. Get it.
Wrong!
Did he get? No!